So, for the first time in quite a while, I thought I'd do a tier list video just for the fun of it. Somebody put a list of the WWE belt designs, and of course you probably know this by now. A for the best ranking, F all the way to the worst. Gonna go through all these different belts that WWE has gone through over the years. And you see them all. European, women's, cruiserweight, well, the recent cruiserweight belt, NXT and all that stuff. So, let us start, of course. We're going to start from the top. The Big Gold Belt, of course, gets an A. I know they modified this, as I discussed in the Big Gold Belt episode. They modified this in 2003. Still classic belt. Beautifully done. Love it. Now, the women's tag titles. I mean, I've already said what I needed to say about how bad the division has been. The design, I mean, it does stand out a little more than the men's tag titles, because they've had these carbon copy designs since 2010. But I'm also not in love with the belts either. I mean, I'll at least put it in the middle, because at least it signifies saying, hey, tag team. And it's not the worst design to me. You can at least say they're fighting for the gold. The Universal Championship. Now, of course, this has jumped around a few times in designs. With the blue strap when we went to SmackDown, and then, of course, Roman's current design when you, quote-unquote, unifying the belts. I mean, yeah, it's just, this was around the time the WWE became lazy with their belt designs, because, I mean, this championship came around in SummerSlam 2016, so this was before the SmackDown Women's Championship came around. The Raw brand had that belt design in WrestleMania 32, so they were just carbon copies shit. I gotta go with D. I mean, like, I like the red, and like that they have a different colored swoosh there, but it's just like, they could have done more just to differentiate it. Now, the current WWE Championship belt design, which of course they've had since 2014, I mean, I do like it better than the next one that we got. You know, put it more of a B tier. I mean, this works, and then the whole thing of getting rid of the nameplates, replacing them with custom side plates, I like that addition. Now, you have the originator that we had from 2013 till SummerSlam 2014. I still stand by what I say, that I didn't like how the belt looked when it debuted, because it lacked color, and especially when you saw when The Rock debuted it. I mean, I do like it when it updated here. I know that it took this WWE logo time to get used to, because we got used to it with the WWE Network. But I can't even still describe this belt after all these years. Because they got rid of the word champion here, swapped with the WWE logo, and you had the name championship there. I'm just not in love with this one. I'm sorry. I don't love it. Spin about, of course. What, did you expect me to put an F? The Daniel Bryan belt. Now, I will give credit there, though I know everybody hates this belt. I will give credit, it fits his character of something more eco-friendly, because he was doing the whole, hey, you guys are killing the planet, fuck you, and all that shit. I mean, I gotta give it an F. Like I said, it's just cheap. But like I said, the one positive thing I'll say is that it fit his character, because of how Daniel Bryan's character stood with how people are treating the planet poorly and all that stuff. You gotta go green, stop eating cows, stop shoving wieners down your mouth and all that crap. The Undisputed Belt. Now, I've talked about this. I'm not in love with this belt design either. It looks like they took the Intercontinental Championship belt. It looks like they turned the blue black, added a couple things there, and expanded the size of it. Not the most standout belt for WWE design. I mean, I can understand, like, it's got its place. I'm more in the middle. Like I said, I know it's got its place, and it had to change in 2002, but personally, for me, I just don't love this belt. I'm sorry. I don't. The Big Eagle belt. We had the blue design, which I know they have in WWE shop now. With the blue strap, different logo here on the top. Big belt, came out with Stone Cold after WrestleMania 14. Classic overall, and then they did the proper redesign to the finalized design that we see starting at Survivor Series 98. Gotta give it a B. Like I said, it could have been a slight bit better. But then, of course, you got the Eagle belt. One of the greatest belts of all time. I got it over here on my desk. Love it. The Smoking Skull belt. Now, this fits Stone Cold. He had it around a couple times. I know it was after, like, Fully Loaded in Your House back in 98 through, I think it was, like, Breakdown. Because that's when Vince stole the belt and ran away with it, because Stone Cold was no longer champion, then he brought it back for on and off for a few months at a time in '99. Probably have to give it a B. I mean, it's just like a custom one-off belt, because after he lost it at SummerSlam '99, the next night they brought back the Big Eagle belt, and they had more of an interior blue strap design. I know I've discussed in the Big Eagle belt, but still badass. Now, the current, or not the current, but the most recent Intercontinental Championship belt design that we had, starting from 2011 to 2022, I think? I'm going to have to look back over the history when I do the episode of this design of the belt. But I mean, this was definitely a fresh breath fresh air to bring back compared to the other one that I'm going to bring up in a little bit. Bring back the old school belt design, updated logo, white strap, beautifully done. Gotta give it an A. Love how they went back with the old school design, and yes, I'll jump ahead a bit. Do the same thing with the black belt. Now, the OWA belt, iconic. Saw from 98 to 2011. Some different designs, like with the purple strap, changing the logo here when they brought the belt back in 2003, as well as saying Intercontinental Championship and actually having a nameplate there. I'm trying to decide between an A and a B. I mean, I love this belt design. And it was the belt design that was around when I became a wrestling fan in 2005. I think I'll give it a B. Like I said, like, you gotta try to compare it to the old school belt designs. I think these are a little more iconic and better than this one, just by a little bit. So a slight knockoff, just a slight. The most recent United States Championship design. I don't know when this tier list was made, but it had to be before they changed the U.S. Championship belt design during the pandemic era. I mean, they had this design from when they brought back the belt under the WWE banner from 2003 up until 2021, I think? I'm trying to go based on memory. The only thing they ever changed was the WWE logo, and you had the period where Cena had the spinner design up until 2005. I mean, I know there are people that are mixed with the current belt design, but I mean, I'm glad that they did something different. I'd also have to give it a B. I mean, the epitome of red, white, and blue America, damn it! But it's just like, I'm glad that they at least changed the design after this, because again, they stuck with this format for almost 20 years. I mean, it still fits. Not the most loving one. Now, I'm probably going to put these two on the same list, like Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. They just changed the color in there and saying for women's and all that stuff. I'd have to give them both a C because, like I said, they just copied and pasted from the WWE design starting 2016 for these two. Just lazy. Absolutely lazy. 24/7 Championship, which it's just like looks like a Waffle House design. No, thank you. Long to be dumped into the bin that Nikki Cross missed. Now, the Cruiserweight belt. I actually do have this one. And I know they later updated it like with black straps and the NXT logo and stuff. I'm not as in love with this as what we saw with the Cruiserweight belt that we saw until WWE retired the original one in 2007. I mean, I'd have to give it a D. Not the perfect one. It's the Barney belt. Now, the tag titles. Like I said, and these three I'm probably going to put on the same one because they're the exact same design, just changing the colors. And this one, like I said, we've had them around since like 2010 when the Hart Dynasty, being David Hart Smith and Tyson Kidd, were tag champions. And it was just like you put pennies on a belt. You can't say you're going for the gold. Like I said, I would love to see new tag title designs at some point. Gotta give these all a D because it's just like, I want to see something different now. Like I said, you can't say you're fighting for the gold when they're not looking like they're made of gold compared to most of these other ones. Now, the World Tag Team title designs that we had from 2002 to 2010 when this got switched out to that. I love these tag titles right here. Absolutely beautiful. They were Raw exclusive before they got unified. Gotta give them a B. Love it. The old school tag title design. I can't remember what year it debuted, but I know that Survivor Series 2002 is when Jericho and Christian had these designs, because when Jericho came out to the Elimination Chamber, he had this design with him. These are classic. Love them. I think they kind of got inspiration for these ones off of this. Definitely A tier. Love them. Now, like I said, the WWE Tag Team title design pretty much copy and paste the overall template for the old school. I don't know, something about the blue being the primarily other color is a bit off for me. I don't personally love it. I put it more of a C range. Like I said, it's just copy-paste type thing. Divas Championship, the Butterfly 10 on Meth, which I believe I said in the Destruction video that's featured here on the channel. Screw that belt. No thank you. Glad I smashed the toy belt of it up against a tree. Now, the Classic Women's Championship belt design that we saw from its revival 98 till it was retired in 2010, including the part where it was cracked down the middle. Classic belt design, eventually I will also cover this belt. Because, I mean, I bet it did suck for the women on SmackDown for the 6 years during the brand split where the Women's Championship couldn't be over there, so the women had nothing to fight for. Unless it was for ripping each other's clothes off. Probably have to give it a B. Like I said, I'll get more into this belt when I start talking about the history of it and who I picture with it. European Championship design. I do remember it started off with a green strap and may have gone to a black strap at some point as time went along. I don't recall them ever having the WWE logo at the top here like you see within this belt design. I think it was like that block WWF logo, then went to the WWF Attitude Era logo, changed belt designs. It's a fine belt. I'd probably give it a C. I would probably think higher of it if it just at least was booked better. Hardcore Championship. Yeah, it looks like they took that. I know they didn't actually do it, but I'm saying it looks like they took the belt that Mr. Perfect smashed with the hammer, tried duct taping it together. Oh, here you go, mankind. It's your belt, pal. It's just ugly. I'm sorry. Belt got passed around like a slut. Now the Light Heavyweight Championship. I can't. This belt does not stand out at all. I know they started, I think it was like a red strap design, and I'll also cover this at some point too. Then they went with black, they kept forgetting about the belt. It just doesn't stand out. At all. It's just like some faded in, etching in here, circle, banners, that's it. It doesn't stand out compared to these other belt designs or anything. Now, the most recent NXT Championship belt design. Can't remember if they changed the strap color or anything. I know they did with the women's. I think this one's supposed to be the women's here. I don't like how they match. I mean, it does stand out-ish. I'll put this and the Women's Championship on the same tier for C. Because again, they're copy-paste. I do kind of like them, but I mean, I don't like it when they copy-paste like these belt designs. Just do something to differentiate them. The NXT UK Championship. I do love this. Fantastically designed. The lions on the side, WWE logo in the middle. I wish I had this belt. I absolutely love it. A tier. NXT Championship. I also have this one. Love how the big X is in the middle. I think I might have the belt down in the basement. I don't see it up here in my office/bedroom. Shame that they had to retire this. I probably put in more of a B. Prefer personally. The NXT Women's Championship, the cum belt. Sorry, but it doesn't really stand out. I'd probably give it more of a D. I mean, the Women's Championship, even if it's copy-paste, it stands out more than this. The NXT most recent tag team title designs. I mean, they're nice. Nothing will stand out. I mean, they look better than the older one, because, like, yeah, it fit with the black and gold, but it's just like, you have the gray background here, like, kind of looks like a mesh etching, almost like on steel. I like it a bit more, so put that B here. I'm sorry, the old school ones get a D for me. Now, I believe this is the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. I do like this one. Like, you having the extra blue and the silver there for the globe, the lions on the also on the side. Whoop, I'll give that a B. I don't know why my cursor I did up there. Now, the NXT UK Women's Championship, at least there's some differentiating here. Yeah, they got the white strap and, like, the black background and everything, so it's a bit more roomy. I mean, I do kind of like it. I'll give it a B. And then the NXT North American Championship. I know some people have mixed feelings on this, but this is like a throwback to how the old school belt designs look. I mean, you look at some of the belts back in the 80s and everything, like, especially the WWF Championship or maybe even the Intercontinental Championship back when it had the green design. It's a kind of a play off of those 80s design belts. And I actually do still like this one. I kept thinking about buying this one. I mean, if it fits that build, I'll give it more of a B tier. So that is my overall list. Like I said, you see the A tier, it's the World Heavyweight Championship, spinner belt. I know there's a bias there, but I mean, it's one that resonates with me. Wing Eagle, both versions of the Intercontinental Championship with the old school and most recent design before the current belt design. Old school tag titles and UK belt. B tier, you got the current WWE belt. even though they swapped it out, but you know what I mean. Big Eagle, Smoking Skull, Intercontinental for Big Old Belt, U.S. Championship, Tag Titles for 2002 on Raw, Women's, NXT, and all that stuff. C tier, yeah, I think I'm more content with that, with Women's Tag Titles, the NXT, European, all that stuff. D, like I said, the Universal Championship just copy-paste, and I agree, it's just lazy. Didn't love the old school belt, or 2013 and 2014 WWE Championship design of the Cruiserweight, the tag titles, stuff like that. Then the F, of course, Daniel Bryan's handcrafted belt, the Waffle House belt, the Butterfly Tin on Meth, Light Heavyweight and Hardcore, whatever. So let me know in the comment section below, what tiers would you all change? Like, give your thoughts on my designs. If you want to do one as a response, go ahead. It's tiermaker.com. I'll try to probably put the link in the description if you all would like to see this, or try this yourself. But let me know what you all thought in the comment section below. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.